Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Friday night live stream. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all got a refreshing beverage. This week's stream, again, sponsored by Hop House 13 Lager. Still no sponsorship deal coming as far as I'm aware, but you know, you can but hope. I know that top moderator Scott has been doing his best to try and get them involved. We'll see how we get on. How is everyone? Let's see. Let me know if you're here. Let me know if you can hear me and you can see me. It's always a good start. Let me know in the comments if you're here, and we'll say hello. So who have we got? And we've got Rocky. We've got Alex, Cyber Tim, Adam, GB, Brian, Scott's in, Simon's in, Brian's still in. Oh, different Brian. Sorry. Courtney, Scott, Don, Simon, welcome one and all. So, what have we got planned for this evening? Just for a change? Nothing. Well, that's not entirely true. So, I have been working hard. That's not true at all. I've been working hard at my actual job. I've not been working hard at my YouTube streaming job at all. I've been very lax, I must admit. I've just realised that I can't actually see out of these glasses because they're so mock-it. So, we're going to give them a little bit of a wipe. But yes, so if you were here last week, you will know we tried to determine what the best fish is. And I thought that went quite well, actually. Apart from all you lot, it's clearly cheating and not choosing discus when you had the chance. But other than that, it went quite well. Apart from the fact it pissed off everyone in the universe, it seems. And loads of subscribers left me. Loads of people got upset, and I got lots of nasty messages from some nasty people. And I went and had a little cry in the corner. No, I didn't. I went, but yeah, it upset everyone that I did loads of polls on YouTube because they got notifications that there was loads of polls. So, a different way of doing it. And a chance for some people to nominate their favourite fish as well. So we had some more nominations. In fact, let's see if I can bring it up. We had some more nominations, so I've included some different fish. I had a better idea once I'd already done it all, but we'll come on to that later maybe. What's the name of the thing? Bracket fight. No, that's not it. My account. This is where it all goes swimmingly. Let's see if we can have a look at that. So up there, I need to remember it's opposite land. Up there you'll see the same 32 types of fish, and we've had to kind of be a bit meh about it, and it's not each individual fish in some cases. Sometimes it might be a group of fish, so like all guppies are covered by guppies, or all gouramis or all barbs are all covered by the same group of fish. So if you like one particular type of barb, but I've chosen tiger barbs here to represent barbs, and you don't want to choose that, that's your own fault. I mean all barbs. But that's what got me into thinking, well, maybe we should have like an interspecies race and then crown a winner at the end of the season type of thing. So play all the guppies against each other one week, and then play all the tetras against each other one week, and so on and so forth. But then I thought, I'll spend my life just doing these bleeding bracket things, and they take forever to set up. So we've got this. If you haven't already, I posted on my Facebook and Discord and YouTube and various other places. There's like a crow and a seagull having a fight outside my window. Don't know if you can hear that. Anyway, getting distracted. Big face. Let's go back to big face. How do we do that? There we go. Press that button. What was I talking about there? I'm being distracted by the crow and the seagull. Let me pop the chat out so I can see what people are saying. So I thought, yeah, I might spend my time doing these bracket fights, and we don't actually get anywhere. But, you know, I thought I'll have one more go at it. Let's see how we get on. So let me just double check that you can actually see me and hear me, because I don't know if I did actually get that. Loud and clear, that's what we want to hear. That's what we want to see. So we will do this and intersperse it with some giveaways, maybe intersperse it with some question and answers. As you know, my rigorous preparation for tonight includes a blank piece of paper for me to write down any questions that people ask that I can get to later, and that's about it really. So Ollie says, how are you doing tonight? Not at the pub? No, not at the pub. I have been working hard. It's been my eldest son's birthday today, turning the big 1-4, big 14. So if you're watching, Alistair, hello, happy birthday. He's in this room behind me here, so I suppose he's not watching because he's probably playing on his new Xbox that he got. Well proud of myself. Super dad here, managed to get one of the new Xbox Series X's at the last minute. So no, I'm not at the pub tonight, although I have had, because it's his birthday, we had a takeaway and they had pizzas and stuff, and wife and I had an Indian, and I'm now carrying quite the food baby in my belly, full as a fat girl sock. And I don't know how I'll manage to get through my delicious Hop House 13, available from all good supermarkets and suppliers, you know. Z's in saying hello, as is Freshwater Ichthyology, Brian, Mark Brennan, Lee Kinsey, Akira, Wendy's in. Tam likes the use of the word mocket. What do they call mocket? Oh, my glasses, that was it, yeah. For all you non-Scottish people, mocket means very dirty. So if you had something that was mocket and you wanted to clean it, you might want to get yourself one of the new limited edition towels. Mucky Doings. I don't know if this is a new limited edition towel. Phil, if you're in, he sent me this last week and I forgot about it. But I quite like the idea of having a Mucky Doings towel. So you never know. Let me know if you'd be interested in that, and we might get them up on the website. Or maybe we'll offer this as a prize. Who knows? Who knows? People congratulating. Well, congratulating. A word said like that. People congratulating Freshwater Ichthyology on a new video. Go and check out her channel. Very much. What's the word I'm looking for? No YouTuber bollocks on there. It's all good, proper, hard science and facts and good information that you'll find on there. That's Freshwater Ichthyology. Kaylee's in. We've not even started the giveaways yet, and Kaylee's in already saying hello. Chow with Lau says, have you tried the spring roll recipe yet? I haven't. I watched I watched a few of your videos actually. Chow with Lau, who does some Chinese cooking videos, and the spring roll video in particular made me think, that looks rather delicious. So I'm definitely going to give that a try at some point, but no, I haven't. We do have quite a good Chinese supermarket in Sheffield, so we might go pop over there the next time and get one. Get a packet of the, what are they called? Spring roll pancakes? Spring roll pastries? Tangent. Anyway, yes, 14, a proper teenager now. We got up super early this morning and opened presents, and then I made them pancakes and waffles. And I think he's grunted at us 3 or 4 times today, so you know that's good communication for a 14-year-old. How many people have we got in so far? We've got 36 people in and only 13 people liking. Yes, that's just not, it's not cricket. I know it's not cricket, but you know what I mean. Apparently people say that. It's not good enough. I have to do my YouTuber bit and say, welcome everyone to the stream. If you are enjoying this type of content, leave a like and a comment and even a share. It goes a long way to helping out a sad old man. We've also got the Discord, which is taken off so much that I can't keep up with it, even though I'm meant to be. I've got it open while I'm doing my work, and I just hear bing, bing, bing all day long, and I never quite managed to get around to keeping up with it. But yeah, it's getting quite busy there. I quite like it. So go and check out Discord if you are into that kind of thing. You can have some chats. We've got all manner of channels within it. So if you need any fish help, equipment help, the pond channel's doing quite well. Hopefully I'll be getting into that soon. House news, no more news. Kevin the teenager attitude, yeah, he got that when he was about 11. I should really have like a stinger. House news. No new house news. We have the not the searches. What's it called? Where they go and don't know what action this is. The survey. We've got the survey happening next week of the new house, and we'll see how that's doing. But yeah, there's just nothing happening really. It's all in the hands of the lawyers. Our chain is complete. So the people who are buying our house have sold their house to the people who are buying their house have sold their house, and the people who are buying their house is a first-time buyer. And then the one we've bought is empty, so we should be good. Rob Crossland, evening. Good evening, sir. Hope you've pressed the like button on your way in. And hello from Denmark, says Soren, as Shadex is in. Right, so shall we get started and do the first round? In fact, what I need to do is... What do I need to do? I want to try, and so this might not go well. What am I trying to do here? Right, here we go. So as to not upset all the people in YouTube world, I've gone with straw poll to manage the polls on the bracket fight to see which is the best fish. So I'll put in a link into the chat. Willie, is it not working? No, it is working. No, that's too big. Let's try again. I'll put a link into the chat for the first 6. Nope, too big. I knew this was going to be an administrative nightmare. The first 5. So I posted the links earlier. You can go and check them out on the Discord server or on the YouTube community page. There we go. Ugh, that didn't work either. Right, let's try again. Well, it kind of works, didn't it? No, it didn't. That's not going to work at all. So the first link for the first straw poll is there. The second link for the second straw poll is there. That's not right either. Cock that up. Help. Right, there you go. Successfully we've posted the first one. I hope. Yeah, the first one works. Right, okay. And I've made the chat go away now. God, I'm such a useless. Right, try that one again. The 1-1. And then 1-2. It does take you outside of YouTube, which is just ridiculous. So we'll do the first 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and those links have been up, well, since lunchtime-ish. So people have had a go at doing them. And the idea is we race through the first round and then we can do the other ones live. Whether we'll actually be able to do that or not is another matter. Single links are watching. Noodle Sandwich says he's been binge watching 24 and lost track of time. Yeah, I think that's all I've done during lockdown is binge watch things. Not even very good things, but 24, that's one of my favourite programmes. They're my top 5. So, the first 4 you might see are things like Flowerhorn versus Arowana. We've got Goldfish versus Cherry Shrimp. African Cichlids. Yeah, never mind. And Coolie Loaches versus Clown Loaches. So, Goldfish versus Cherry Shrimp. That's a bit of a weird one. I just had gaps to fill there, so I didn't know quite what to do. You shouldn't be able to vote multiple times, but it does look like you can. But if you try and vote multiple times, it should say, you've already voted. But if it does, let me know. You can only have 1 vote per household. Oh, yeah, that is true. Well, I might be able to fix that for future votes. So when we get into the quarterfinals, I'll fix that. I think we can allow multiple votes from the same IP. Right, what was I trying to say? Just bear with me, people. I'm doing a lot of clicking and not much actual doing of stuff. Right. So over here you can see the straw poll dashboard. So this is where I've set up all the fishies so far. So as you can see, most of them have got up to 10 or so votes. So these first 4, they're up to the 20. I think when we get to kind of 30-ish votes, that was kind of decisive usually. So we can take a look, for instance, at round 1 and see the results. So 14 votes to 10 for the flower horn. How do we get back to the thing? This is like that thing where you have a really good idea and then implement it so poorly it becomes terrible. Interesting, cherry shrimp crushing goldfish at the moment. So for this one, for instance, I did African cichlids, and I think I've got it against, it's a red-tailed cat in the thing, but what I was going for is any kind of big fish, big tank buster type thing. So use your own discretion, make your own choices. Andy will be pleased. African cichlids are crushing monster fish. So we'll give it a couple more minutes and we'll start doing off these first 4. Schedule a meeting. Why would I have a meeting with Paul? But anyway. Maybe we should do votes for best TV series to binge on. Stranger Things, says Cyber Architect. Peaky Blinders, yes, I've been getting into that. I quite like watching Peaky Blinders because I waited until season before last, I think it was, before I watched all the seasons up to that. Yeah, 24 is definitely up there as one of my all-time favourites, says Brian. Jack Bauer is the man. I used to have my avatar on any forums and things was always Jack Bauer with a holding a gun saying Jack Bauer makes Chuck Norris cry. There's a back to poll button at the bottom of the results page. Wonder if that'll work better than clicking the dashboard. This is well, all you nice helpful people. Back to poll. That just takes me back to there, yeah. The thing, I couldn't get a poll to do one poll with multiple questions, so I had to do multiple polls, which was a little bit annoying. But yeah, it is what it is. We'll do it the hard way first. Right, so I think we're going to call it. What I might also do is we'll do a live version of this and then leave it for like a week and let people filter in, because we did it on last week's poll and we got like 30-40 users cast their votes, and even though everyone pissed and moaned about it, there was still like 200 or 300 people actually cast their votes in the end, and the results were wildly different. In fact, the overall winner, which was the bristlenose, didn't even get through the first round if you left it a little bit longer. But anyway, we'll do the first 4 rounds here so far. So Flowerhorn versus Arowana. That is definitely Flowerhorn. We have a winner, I think we can call that. 15 votes to 10, 60% of the vote to Flowerhorn. And it fits with my own personal agenda, so I'm happy with that. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the bracket fight, that's what I'm looking for. So we can call that one for the Flowerhorn. Dashboard. Goldfish versus cherry shrimp. Even more conclusive, cherry shrimp for the win on that one. That's over there. Next we have African cichlids versus monster fish or tank busters. Clearly African cichlids. I know it's not called cichlids, I'm just doing it to annoy certain people. So cichlids advance. Sounds like an order for an army. And number 4, clowns versus coolies. Oh, the clowns are taking it. It's a little bit closer than it has been previously. Let's leave that one a little bit longer. So what I'll do is, or one of my mods, if you could help me out, would be post a link to the Discord or Facebook, or even the community page where I've listed out all the rounds, the early rounds, and you can go at your leisure and click on all of these ones, because I think it'll take a while if I try and post all the links live, and then once we get into the next round we'll do them live. How about that? Me? Because I can see the total amount of votes cast here. So the 4 that we've posted there are kind of 29, 25, and then the other ones are kind of 14 to 15. So at your leisure, go and do that, because this is annoying me, and I'm sure it's annoying you. Big face. So let me catch up with the chat there. Oh, Maple Street Aquatics is in. Good evening, sir. Brian Watts still has the old CTU ringtone. Yep, I used to have that on my mobile. Remember the days when you used to assign, I don't know if people still do that. I used to annoy all my friends and work colleagues constantly by every time a phone rang, I go, CTU, Almeida. Yeah, I used to love that one. Friends is the best. I'll need to rewatch that one. I've just finished rewatching The Big Bang Theory. As much as I both hate and like The Big Bang Theory, it was quite fun watching some of them again. All About the Trailer Park Boys, I do like that one as well. White Gold's the laugh. I've never watched that one. That's the one with the guys, 2 guys from The Inbetweeners in it, isn't it? What are they, window salesmen or something like that? Double glazing salesman. Danny Ken Aquatics is in the house. What up, fish people? I don't know if it's Danny or Ken, but hello, whoever it is. Welcome to the stream. We're trying to pick the best fish, so hopefully you can stick along with us. Game of Thrones could have been the greatest till they ruined it. It's a great binge too. Yeah, I must admit, I did vigorously fight Game of Thrones. I was like, no, magic, dragons, not into that at all. And then my wife was like, oh, there's loads of violence and boobs. So I was like, oh, well, I'll check it out then. But yeah, I got into Game of Thrones. But I think my top, I don't know, what would my top 5 be? Definitely be The Sopranos, 24, The Wire, if you've seen that, that's a really good one. I can never find it anywhere. They're definitely up there. There's a few others though. What could they be? I can never remember. I really like a complete tangent on this one. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. One of it. I think it's hilarious. I can't watch that without thinking it's brilliant. The Wire. Yeah, Brian's saying The Wire as well. Yeah, definitely. His Dark Materials was one of my favourite series. I've not watched that one though. Colony's a good show. No, not watched that one. Don't know much about that. Vikings. Oh, what was the other one? Lilyhammer. Have you seen that? It's got one of the guys from The Sopranos is in it. The guy who was in the one that's the guitarist in real life. God, this is like badly describe a TV show. But he's out in Finland or wherever it is. That was really good. And then there was the other one that was made by the same people, and it's like the old age Vikings. It's not Vikings, I can't remember what it was called, but that was really funny as well. Breaking Bad, definitely very good. Big Bang Theory went downhill in the last few series. Yeah, it was a bit hit and miss for me, I must admit. I always would watch it when it was on, just kind of every now and again, but when I was binge watching it, some of them were really funny. How can anyone not be into dragons? It's not so much not into dragons. I don't think it's typically my thing, the whole fantasy genre thing. But then after watching a few series, I was like, oh my god, yeah, I was right into it just as much as everyone else. How I Met Your Mother, yep, I've watched all of that one. Ultimate Force, nope, not seen that one. Star Trek Voyager, no, that's the one with Captain Janeway, isn't it? No, or is it? Is that the new one? I watched the new Star Trek recently. That was surprisingly good. I used to be into. I always remember when I was a kid, whenever there was a Star Trek movie released, that I'd go and see that with my dad and one of his mates. That was my thing to do. So I've got a little soft spot in my heart for Star Trek. Although far from a Trekker, whatever they're called. Can't go wrong with violence and boobs. Not violent boobs though. Sons of Anarchy, definitely a big fan of that one. Oh, what was the one that had Vic Mackey in it? He was like a dodgy police captain. The guy who played loads of things. Oh, what was the name of that thing? That will come back to me. I want to say Shield. Shield? Is it Shield? Just because I've seen Agents of Shield there, it's not that, but it's The Shield. Yes, The Shield. That just took loads of weird turns in it, and that was a really good. So if you've not seen that one, that's pretty good. The Office, definitely. I've rewatched that about 4 times now. I've even watched the British one, the American one, and then both of them again in this lockdown. The American one, so which Office, American or British one? I think the American one is not funnier, but it's as funny, and they've took it a lot further, because I think all the Ricky Gervais stuff is like, yeah, I'm doing 3 series or something, and then that's it. Whereas they got a lot longer run to really take some avenues. Yeah, I really like the American one, but I like the British one as well. This is an aquatic channel. If you've just turned up, this isn't Graham Reviews TV shows, but we're going to do that for the next 5 minutes because it's interesting. An Australian version of House called Harrow about pathology, starring the Brit who played Hornblower. I've not seen that. Oh, pressed the wrong button there. The Young Ones is a good classic sitcom. Showing your age there, Cyber Architect. Deep Space Nine was my favourite, says Chow with Lau. Oh, Phil's in, had a few. Well, I'll join you, Phil. It's been a tough week here as well. Gavin and Stacey, never really got into that, I must admit. I have watched it a couple of times, or a couple of episodes, but nah. Outnumbered, yes, I do like that one. My kids have done some of the things their kids did in Outnumbered. Line of Duty, obviously, yes, I've been enjoying Line of Duty recently, as well as, that was another one. I didn't watch that until there was like, I think I got into it in Series 5 and watched 1 through 5 all in a oneer. Which is, it's a good way to do it, I think, because you catch some of the little nuances that you don't see. Family Guy, my kind of humour. I agree, my second son is named Stuart after a Family Guy character. I don't know whether he's happy about it or not. Airwolf, there's a classic. Alan Partridge, definitely. What was the one with Airwolf where it was a motorbike with William Shatner in it? I don't know why, I just remember it being ridiculous. NCIS, yes, I got into that for a long time. Hi Graham, I was just playing some Bed Wars. Sorry, I don't know what Bed Wars is. Right, now we're just naming every TV show that's ever been made. So let's get back on some kind of track. So where were we? I was going to go back. Right, so we've given everyone a bit of time to have a look at the best fish. Street Hawk, that was the one. Have you ever caught Scarlet Baddis? No, I haven't, I'm afraid. Yeah, Inbetweeners was ridiculous, and I think that's because they are so relatable. Everybody had one that was that. Yep, my son is definitely named Stewie after Stewie. I've told him that's why he's named that. That's why he's named Stuart. Yes. What was I doing here? Yes, we were picking the best fish. Right. Coolie loaches versus clown loaches. That's what we got to. So, small face. Which was this one, wasn't it? Coolie loach, clown loach. Clown loach takes it. I think we've got to give it to them. Right, next we've got tetras, which was meant to be all kinds of tetras against endlers. All kinds of endlers. So if you want to vote in that one, I'm sure there's a way. You can go on the Discord and find the link yourself, or if you give me a second, I'll find it for you. I think it's this one. Tetras versus endlers. Yeah, so like I say, I was trying to keep this as universal as possible. And then if you like Congo tetras, but you hate rummy nose tetras, still a tetra, and you prefer them over endlers, go for that. So we'll give that a couple of minutes, and then we'll call that one as well. I quite like this. This is turning into ideas for things Graham can binge watch through the week. Not really, I'm working honest gov if you're watching a company who employs me. Behind Her Eyes on Netflix was good. Oh, I've not seen that one, Scott. I'll need to have a look back at that one. Pardon me. Did I see the shameless clickbait DIY King video? I didn't. Should I look it up? Oh, I'll have to have a wee look then. What's he been doing? Closing the aquarium gallery, not clickbait. I take it is clickbait then. I always wonder about this guy. Why does he always talk about himself in the third person? The king of DIY announces he's closing the aquarium gallery, probably at 2 times speed. The king of DIY is upgrading his aquarium gallery to a location 5 times bigger. Well, good luck to him. Why the hell not? There's no... It's an argument that's impossible to win. If you say you don't like the king of DIY, they say don't watch him. If you say he's doing something bad, they say mind your own business. It's just not worth it. Parks and Recreation, definitely. That was the one I watched before. Big Bang Theory. I loved that, Parks and Rec. It was really funny. He's leaving his gallery to get a bigger space. Yeah, well, lucky him. I'm leaving my tiny fish room to get a bigger fish room. So I can't knock him for it. Like, at the end of the day, we've been down this road many times with the king and DIY and us. We're never going to be best friends. Just let him do his thing. I'll do mine. I bet he doesn't have a golf course. Damn right. Right, have we got enough votes, do we think? Oh, Tetras have got it. I can't believe it. Endlers are so nice too. Okay, Tetras it is. Oh, it did say Tetras, didn't it? Yeah, Tetras. Overwhelmingly Tetras. Right, so the next one is, that was 5. If I go to 6... Copy link address, stick it in there. So the next one is Corridoras, all manner of Corridoras, versus Barbs, all manner of Barbs. So we might run some of these in the future, mini ones to do different types of Corey against each other to pick the winner of all Corys. And all Barbs against all Barbs. Then eventually we'll have the one true king, who knows. No, we don't have to ban people just for talking about Joey. He is a thing that exists in our hobby. And the reason I made videos about him was because he's such a big public face of the aquarium hobby. And I felt he was doing some things that were less than flattering for the hobby. Or less than... What's a different way of saying less than good? I thought he was bringing some negative and poor, reputationally poor things into the hobby. So I made a video. It all started from me saying, I used to really like this guy, now I don't anymore. Oh my god, the backlash you get for that. But I don't want to turn anyone off him. I like lots of things that other people hate, and I hate lots of things other people like. You're allowed to like what you like. So is he making a public aquarium? That would be interesting. I wouldn't have thought he would do very well under the public, because there's a lot of people that might call him out. I think when it comes to public aquariums, you need to attract outside people, and there's a lot more to it. Fish you can find in a store won't do it. Yeah, you have to have something a little bit different, don't you? As an Irishman, I love an argument. I can't win. I think I've got that a little bit of Celt in me as well. Obviously from Scotland. I love an argument. But it's time consuming and it takes a toll. He stated a few years ago he was better than vets and zoologists. Well, I have messages on my phone where he's called me up and left me messages telling me that vets in Canada phone him when people bring sick fish to them. And he probably does know a lot about fish. I mean, he tried to tell me that the reason one of my puffers died was because it wasn't the biggest fish in the aquarium. And that would always happen. I was a bit like, I don't think that's quite right, but we'll just leave that there and move on. Corridoras, yes, they're still catfish. So, there you go. Evening, Craig. So, Craig, we're in the middle of choosing the best fish between Corridoras of all types of Corridoras and Barbs, all types of Barbs. So, whatever you fancy. There's a link posted in the chat, which I'll post again now. And you can have your say. We'll give it a minute or so. If anyone has any other questions, by all means, fire them into the chat. If I don't answer it right away or I miss it, one of my excellent moderators will remind me, no doubt. Or I might just type it in. Let me just switch over and have a look down here. I'm just having a look at the chat that's going on in the Discord as well. We need to make more use of Discord. We'll have to have people that can call in and be on. You can be on the live stream as well if you want. I don't know how well that would work, but we could try it. If anybody has something they really want to say, we'll have you on. Right, where do we get to? Yes, we'll need to pick this discussion up later then. Cherry barbs are nice fish. Yes, I'd say that, Mount Scott. Brian, rather. Lee says, do I feed live food and what cultures do you keep if you do? That's a good question. I don't feed live. Well, I suppose every now and again I will feed live blackworm or bloodworm or daphnia and that type of thing, but it's really only when I go to a pet shop or a fish shop and buy something like that. I don't generally keep cultures of any of that. I did for a long time keep cultures of microworms and I will do that again, and probably expand that into normal, what are they called? Earthworms. What the name I'm thinking of? Normal worms. I don't know. Earthworms, things like that, and maybe some cockroaches, crickets, all that kind of thing for when I keep puffers and that kind of thing. I do have lizards as well, so we do keep like locusts and crickets for the lizards, and every now and again I'll give Humphrey one of them to feed on. So other than that, not really any live. I don't live feed like feeder fish or anything like that. So hope that answers that question. I love Discord. What's the link, Graham? I have no idea. Someone else will have to post the link. I can never find it. Someone else will post it shortly, or it was earlier. Right, I think we can call it. Let's have a look and see what's the results for Corey's versus Barb's. Who would have thunk it? Corridors all the way. Right, Corey's it is. Oh, what's this down here? Right, we'll do this side first. Oscars versus Parrots. Oscars versus Parrots. That's number 7, I think. It is Oscars versus Parrots. That's the link for Oscars versus Parrots. Let me know what you think. Would I ever do a reptile video? I don't know. Would you be interested in a reptile video? I mean, the only reptiles I've got anymore are some leopard geckos. I had, in the past I've had, so I had a corn snake, I had a blue-tongued skink, I had anoles, all kinds of little critters, but as they died off over the years, I think the corn snake was 18 years old and it died last month rather. I've not replaced them with new things because we got all these animals before we had kids, and now all the kids' rooms have got like snakes and lizards and things in them, and they're a bit like, I don't want this pet. Why have I got this? But when I make videos about things that aren't fish, the YouTube gods really don't like it, and I get punished for doing that. But you never know. When I get into my new fish room, which is a big double garage, hopefully I'll have a lot more space, and maybe I can keep some lizards in there as well, and then you'll see some by default. Because I do like lizards and reptiles and things like that. Turtles, I'd like to get some turtles. So who knows? My giant Colombian ramhorn snail. My giant Colombian ramshorn snail population has exploded. Sweet and sour snails, anyone? Well, that's good if you get any fish like puffers or flowerhorn and things like that. They'll devour some snails for you. One of my nano tanks keeps getting an increase in ammonia. It's a mature tank with a beta and some endlers, but I can't seem to get it to settle. I've been doing a couple of 50% water change weekly. It's really hard with nano tanks because they're such a small water volume. It's hard to get that stability because any swing is going to be a large swing because of the small volume of water. Especially if you do large water changes as well, because it just kind of resets everything and throws everything into a bit of a spin. So I would recommend doing lots of smaller water changes if you're having an ammonia outbreak, like maybe every day doing 10% twice a day rather than 50%. It won't necessarily help the ammonia problem go away quicker, but it might help settle the tank quicker. Is there a fish that would eat snail eggs, or would assassin snails be better? In my experience, assassin snails are not good at getting rid of other snails. They will help check a population a little bit, so they'll stop the population exploding too much. But yeah, if you're overrun with snails, adding more snails, even assassin snails, isn't the way to go. They'll just slow down the growth of the population rather than get rid of it. So there are fish that eat snails and snail eggs. But like pea puffers, for instance, they'll just go through and kill all the snails. Even if they're full, they'll just kill the snails and get rid of them. But I don't recommend buying a fish or some livestock to get rid of other livestock. So you're kind of just better getting, unless you really wanted pea puffers, and why wouldn't you? Because they're excellent fish. You're better just getting in there with a net or a snail trap or something like that and getting them out that way. What's a skink? What's a skink? It's a big lizard. It's like a snake with legs. See if I can find a picture. So the one I had was a little bit special. So that's a blue-tongued skink. The one after I've just said, oh, I wouldn't recommend buying something to get rid of a snail population. We bought some giant African land snails and bought 2 in a big massive enclosure, and then one day while cleaning them out went, oh, we've not got 2 anymore, we've got 1,050. And I just didn't know what to do with them all. And the guy in the reptile store said, oh, we've got this blue-tongued skink that's coming as a rescue, he'll eat them all for you. So we got the blue-tongued skink, and he had serious attitude issues. And yeah, I'm surprised I've got all my fingers. Every time you went anywhere near him, he was just not having it. He would like, take your finger off. Numerous cuts from that guy. And he would sit there and he'd go, oh, he's fine now. Oh, look how chilled out he is. Look, see, he's not angry. Ah, get him off me. Yeah, he was a proper little get. But he did like to eat giant African land snails, so he got rid of all of them. Yeah, so we had him for a while. And normally they're quite docile. Or the other people's ones I've seen have been quite docile, but no, mine was an arse. What did we get to? Are some brands of frozen food better quality than others, or are they all much of a muchness? They are much of a muchness in my opinion, but there are some, I'm going to answer this very much on the fence, there are some that are better than others, but they're not a million miles better than others, from what I can tell. I like what are the ones I like called? I need to come back to you on that one. The difference for me seems to be that some will be... Are we still on small face? We are still on small face. The difference for me seems to be water content. So some of them, you'll get them in little blister packs, and then when you defrost them, it's kind of 50% water, if not more. But yeah, that's the thing that annoys me the most. Did you find a new house then? I did find a new house. So we've had our offer accepted and all the stuff's happening now. So it's not quite sorted, but hopefully one day. Freshwater. I have a Western Hognose Epic Reptile if you want something that sounds like a boiled kettle. I don't think I do want something that sounds like a boiled kettle. Is that a hognose snake or is that something else? I'm going to have to look it up again. Yeah, I do like the hognose snakes. They usually stay quite small as well, don't they? Anyway, fish stuff. This is a fish channel. I did find a new house, but yeah, it's not sorted yet. We're looking to develop a crunchy dry food for puffers. That'd be interesting. I could never get any of my puffers to eat pellets or anything. Not just a house, but a golf course. It's got a golf hole, not an entire course, I must say. What's your experience of yo-yo loaches, Graham? Today I noticed an Emperor Tetra missing and eventually found one of my yo-yos feasting away on it. Hopefully it was already dead. Well, my experience of yo-yo loaches is zero because I've never kept them. But fish will eat fish if they die, so if you don't see it killing it, it doesn't necessarily mean it did kill it. If it finds a dead fish, it will. Generally, they will eat each other. A blue-tongued skink looks like a fat snake with legs. Yes, it does. Oh, sorry, I moved my thing around. Oh, I've still got some giant African land snails. I'll keep some in the from my when I did have my Fahaka and Mabus. I did breed the giant African. I can't remember which particular species they were, but I've still got maybe a dozen or so. Because I do want to get puffers again one day, so it'll be nice to have a colony good and ready to go. Right, where do we get to? We were doing this one, Oscars versus parrotfish. 20 odd votes. I think that's quite conclusive, don't you? 90% Oscars. I could have called that one without even doing it. So Oscars, right, now the important one. Should I just go? We don't need to look at the poll for this one, do we? Discus versus Angel. It's clearly going to be Discus. Yeah, I'm sure we don't even need to look at that. Just to be sure, we'll have a look. I'm not trying to put any pressure on anyone, but all I will say is read the poll options carefully and clearly. Tricked a dragon puffer into a pleco pellet. Fed whitebait first and then gave him a large pleco pellet on the tweezers and they looked grumpy after. I did get my Fahaka to eat puffers by putting I know it's not the greatest food, but bits of mussel or bits of prawn and kind of squishing it together with a pellet and then feeding them, getting them interested in it so as he would eat it. And he would eat the pellets on their own, but only if I'd fed him something else first. So I'm sure if I'd continued with it, I might have got him to just eat them, the pellets on their own. But I think after a while he was a bit pissed off with me and he'd be like, I know what you're up to. You're trying to feed me that dry nonsense. I don't want that. Right, Courtney, you're looking for a demotion if you keep... Let's see how the results are so far. I'll just go. I mean, if you think this is funny, I don't mind if they go out in like the final or the semi-final, but not to get past the first round. I'm going to have to rig this next time and put like discus versus red-tailed catfish or something like that. Now remember, this is all types of discus, all the many colours of the rainbow, the wilds, the domestics, baby ones, really cute baby ones, big colourful bold ones, versus angelfish. Oh, I'm a triangle. Oh, I'll kill everything else in your tank because I'm an arsehole. Think about it, people. I do have my angelfish tank sat right next to me and they're all just up at the glass going, what are you talking about us? Chill, guys. Hophouse 13, available in all good co-ops. Right, we'll do this one. And, I mean, I don't want to say I'm bribing you or anything, but if discus win, we'll do a giveaway afterwards. If they don't, no giveaways tonight. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Oh, wrong one. Right, I shall have a quick sip of my delicious drink. And then I'll refresh this. And then we'll either say goodnight or we'll carry on. I mean, there's only been 22 votes. I don't think that's enough to be conclusive. I don't think I voted either, have I? Have I already voted? I have already voted. Wonder if I can use my phone. That would be cheating. Right, we'll come back to this. I'm going to give you time. I'm not having discus go out in round one. They'd have a chance against the parrotfish, yeah. I need to stop putting them up against angels. But they're kind of in the same category, aren't they? Big, docile-ish cichlids. Have they stopped making Hop House 13? I hope not. Alright, fine. It is what it is. 1412. I can't believe it. Plain old angelfish takes it. I can't be arsed to do the rest now. I hate you lot. Right, on to number 9. Well, just double check. Well, on to number 9. Link in the chat. Number 9 is not that. In fact, why am I clicking off that? Mollies versus Guppies. Mollies versus Guppies. So, I don't care what you choose. I would choose Guppies, therefore Mollies will definitely win. Hop House 13 is made by Guinness. It even says it on the front. I had never noticed that. Shows you how observant I am. Mollies versus Guppies. What do we think? What did Chow with Lau say that was so interesting? It would be interesting if you could make a snail-shaped pellet. I wonder if it would make a difference for puffers like mine. That would be a good idea. Don't worry, no one's going to get fired just for being treacherous, disloyal. I'll leave it there. Is there a way to install last update and run an older version? I don't know what that's about, sorry. Guppies are way better. I'm not a fan of any live beaters. Bearers, yes. Yeah, we have a few anti-live bearers here. It says they're stopping making it in the UK. I'm going to have to look into this, folks. If we can talk about TV shows, we can talk about my favourite beer. Oh no, what? God, whatever next, they're going to get rid of Pepsi Max as well and just kick me in the balls while I'm down. Will continue to be sold in Ireland, Northern Ireland and other markets. Sales slumped during the pandemic, so even though I was advertising it for free. Ah well, that's a nail in the coffin for our sponsorship by Hop House 13 then. Oh no. I'll need to find a new one. I did try one that was I can't remember what it's called now. I might need to switch onto that and wean myself off. Right, Mollies versus Guppies. Have we got enough votes in yet? What do we think? Oh, I don't think Guppies, Mollies can come back from that, so Guppies it is. Right, killifish, betta fish. Let's see. Let's go. What can we do? That was 10, wasn't it? Killifish, betta fish. Let's see if we can get them in the chat. Scott saying, did you see my message? I did see your message on Facebook. They didn't actually say they were going to send any, but well, you never know. Maybe we'll get like the tail end of the UK supply. Maybe that's why they were asking where I lived. Because if I lived in Ireland, they'd send me some. But because they know I live in England, who knows? We can just keep everything crossed. Moving pellets could be a possibility. Oh, how would you do that? No discus, no hop house. Yep, the only thing that's left is take away my Pepsi Max and there's no reason to live. As says Aquarium Analytic, if they got the Pepsi Max, I'd be so sad. As would I. The mangrove killifish is the best killifish around. Oh, let's have a look at that then, people. Pardon me. Mangrove killifish. Ooh. Looks a little bit like, what do you call them? Well, the little gudgeons. Not gudgeons. Was it gudgeons I'm thinking of? Who knows? I'm still upset about the discus thing. So, killifish versus betta fish. One of the bettas taking it so far. I don't see them coming back from that. So, betta fish it is. Number 11. Let's see if we can race through a few of these quickly. Crebensis versus rams. Again, any type of ram versus any type of Crebensis. There are only a few that I know of, but you know. Crebensis, really good parents. No, not that rams are bad parents. But I do like cribs. I'll need to get some of them again. All the killifish I've had have been the Australia and the Gardneri. Kind of kept them at room temperature. I have had them in tanks with heaters. But not at high heat or anything. Are killifish nippy? Yeah, a little bit. Quite jumpy as well in my experience. I've lost a few to jumping. Don't look at photos of the mangrove killifish. They can live out of water for 60 days. Almost all hermaphrodites and reproduce by having sex with themselves. Ooh, live out of water for 60 days? Did not know it's like a bit like the... Is that in the same way the lungfish do it? Okay, on Sharp's Brewery, their Amber Ale and Doom Bar is lush. Yeah, I've had them, but they're not offensive or anything. It's just... I really like this one. I'm going to be sad if that goes. Right, have we got enough to vote? We've got 25 votes, 18 versus 7. I'm afraid Rams are going to take it. Rams it is. Right, a new one here, a new one for this evening. We've got the rainbow fish. So this could be, again, could be any kind of rainbow fish. This is a Bosmani rainbow fish, but it could be dwarf neon, the praecox ones. It could be the featherfin ones. So, if any of them are your favourite, choose some of them. versus the gourami. And again, I've used the dwarf blue gourami, but it might be the 3-spot pearl kissing giant, whatever takes your fancy. Ten current viewers have not liked the video. Right, find them and get them out of here. Life's too short for complaining people. If anyone in the UK wants any gravel or any discus stuff, well, apparently no one here likes discus. Send me an email. I'm selling a bit of fish stuff. Join the Discord, Dan, and your aquarium. I'm sure we've got a section for selling stuff, have we? He says. Equipment chat, I guess, could go in there. But yeah, I'm sure we'll find someone that can happily take that off your hands. Even though they don't like discus, apparently. Not that I'm bitter. How many viewers have we got anyway? 47 concurrent viewers and only 40 likes. And no new members. I need to do the spiel about the members. So, remember, you can join this channel as a member and get access to some, not that, custom emojis. You get to call me a cock. You get to, someone downvoted, that doesn't matter, I'm fine with that. That'll be one of those wankers from last week that didn't like me posting all the polls. But a downvote's just as good as an upvote in YouTube world. Any kind of engagement is positive. But yeah, you can get custom emojis, you get a little badge next to your name. I tell you that I'm going to post private videos just for members and then never actually do it. But oh well, one day, don't worry. Yeah, all that good stuff. Madagascar rainbow is underappreciated. Looks dull when small, but when you've got a few in a tank, they look great. Madagascar rainbow fish. That's another one that's not gas car. Oh yes, I do like the kind of the subtle fish. I really like, so that one there, for instance, that reminds me of a white cloud mountain minnow, which at first glance is very much, it's a plain little fish, but when you actually look at them, they're very good, very, very pretty little fish. Gourami, because of the labyrinth organ wins it, rainbow fish don't do much. They look nice. Surely that's got to count. Is that why all you people aren't voting for discus? Because they don't do much. Right, I'm going to have to make some discus videos and get some action shots of my discus tank. Right, okay, let's see. Have we got enough to results in? Oh, gouramis have got it. I'm surprised by that one. I thought rainbow fish would take that. But gouramis have it. Right, another new one. The blue Akara versus the keyhole. Where was that? That was 12. 13. Akara versus keyhole. Threadfin rainbows, I had them for a while. They were very nice fish. We've got super chat. Thank you very much, Noodle Sandwich. That'll buy me a pot noodle and the bread to go with it. What is the name of the fish shop you got your Mibu puffer from? It looks cool and I need to visit. I would very much recommend it. It's called Wharf Aquatics. It's in, where is it? Pinkston? Something like that. Not that far away from me, really. Kind of in between Sheffield and Nottingham, I guess. Chesterfield-y. I don't know where it is now. I'm going to have to look it up. I've been before, honest gov. Yeah, technically Nottingham. But yeah, very good store. Not sure what it's like at the moment, but you had to make an appointment, and you could go around once. But if you give them a phone up, they would talk you through the stock list and all that kind of stuff. It's very good. Oh, new section on Discord just added for me. Is that selling stuff? Yeah, buy, sell, swaps. There we go. Yeah, so check that out if you've got some stuff to get rid of or looking for some stuff. Tempted by some Bosmani, but they're not cheap. I didn't think they were that bad, really. I mean, fairly common nowadays. Did you get any new stickers today, Graham? I didn't, Phil. No, the postman did not bring anything today, I'm afraid. Maybe tomorrow. Safe can. I've got 4 pairs of discus last week. One of them is not accepting any food. I'm giving them any treatment suggestions. Thanks. 4 pairs of discus. So are you keeping them as pairs? It's tough without knowing much more, but discus can be a bit finicky, especially when you move them around, and it will. I have known them take 3-4 weeks without eating before they finally get around to it. Any suggestions would be to chill, so just relax a little bit, try not feeding them for a couple of days, and then maybe feeding something like live food, some live black worms or something like that, just to get the feeding instinct going again, and then move them onto the food that you want to get. But usually a move for discus can make them be a bit stressed out. Takes them a while to get back down, but when they get hungry enough, they'll start feeding again. Unless there's something like some kind of cross-contamination issue there that you might want to look into that, but who knows. Best fish, without a doubt, is... oh, it's gone away. Red shoulder Manakapura angelfish. Yeah, rubbish. It's a discus. It's clearly discus. You're just all salty against me. Tweezers for target feeding. Yep, that's another good way to get them interested. Gourami are the most pointless fish in the hobby. But yeah, but tell us how you really feel. A toast, noodle on toast. Yeah, definitely. Right, I think we've got enough there. Oh, wrong button. What are the results? Akaras versus Keyhole. The Akaras are taking it. 12 votes to 7. It's not a lot of votes for people getting bored. Kamaka rainbows are worth a look too. When the light catches them right, they're stunning. Your wish is my command. No, that's a ukulele. That's not what I meant to do. That's a very nice little ukulele though. Oh yeah, yep, I've seen them before. As a different name. What have I saw them as? Oh, I think I might have been looking at the wrong thing when I've been looking at the rainbow fish tanks. I probably thought they were the Madagascar rainbows, but they're the other way around. This explains much. This is why I should do more research. Right, refresh the results. We've got 19 votes on this one. Yeah, the cars have taken it. Ta-da! So that's a new contender for this evening's, making it into the next round. Okay, peas versus maboos. And again, small puffers versus big puffers. So it might be maboos, fahakas, versus the smaller peas. Oh, it's hard to lump them all in together, isn't it? Your community pea puffers and your community... I can't now think of the name of a single other pea puffer. What I'm trying to think of begins with an S. Schulendentai, that's the word. And all the other ones. They're not really similar, but I'm thinking big old versus teeny weeny. I should really share the link, shouldn't I? That'll help Graham. Is it this one? Dwarf versus big, let's call it that. I have one remaining keyhole I wanted to call Lloyd, but the wife insists on calling him Keith. I do like a nice human name for a pet. Some rainbow fish are 15 to £20 each. Oh, not where I'm looking. Oh, Mickey's back from the gym. Did you get stuck? Angelfish are evil. I think we're on the same page, Rebecca. It's just all these other ones that are out to spoil our fun. I've just got some freaky new headphones from a company called Neurophone, and they're strangely amazing. I have seen them. I've yet to try them. Aren't they really, 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 really expensive, though? Are they the ones with the square bracket? Make you look like something off Battlestar Galactica. Oh no, it's not the ones I was thinking of. Interesting. Results so far 50-50. Couldn't get any closer. Shudentai, that's the one. That's what I was going for. Fishman's off to bed. Good night. Thank you for joining us. Everyone go and check out the Fishman Aquatics YouTube channel. Their latest, or one of their recent videos, was trying my photography and video making techniques. And you get to see some lovely dancing from Reese as well. That's what I took away from the video. Are we going to still be 50-50? I'm going to need someone else to vote on this. I'll put it in the chat. Fahakas are much more manageable size-wise than Nabus. That is true. It's difficult to try and categorise puffers into two categories because you've got the brackish ones that transition to salt, you've got the true freshwater ones, you've got the small ones, the big ones. Yeah, that was probably a poorly executed poll choice. I should have just done puffers. We can't have a draw. Come on, someone else. Have I voted on this one, in fact? I'm going to go with the peas because they're my favourite at the moment. No, I haven't. It's a fix. Right, I've got this one and then two more and then we'll do a giveaway. Last chance. Did that work? Oh, we've got another vote for dwarf, so that takes it. Stick them in there. Now we've got zebra versus bristlenose. This is an interesting one. So when we did this last week, when we did it live, is it that one? When we did this live last week, bristlenoses won it, but overnight, zebra's kind of ran away with it. So it would be interesting to see what wins tonight. I don't think I've voted on this one yet. And there, zebras are taking it again so far. Only 20 votes though, so you know. And again, I'm using zebra as fancy plecos versus brittlenose, less than fancy. Not the same thing at all, really, but you know. You can pay monthly for £12 a month and you get new ones every 2 years. Headphones, I assume, we're still talking about. Phil says, was that dancing? It's what the kids call dancing these days, Phil. Bristlenose should not have won. Well, we all know Discus should have won, but some people think it's funny not to vote for them. So we'll do this one and we'll do the next one, and then we'll do a giveaway. Should we do the fancy Mucky Doings towel as a giveaway this week? What do you think? All these towels are available on, well, I don't know if this one's available, but if you'd like a Mucky Doings towel available to buy, let me know. I'm sure Phil can sort that out for us. But nice big towel for your fish keeping needs, or just, this one hasn't actually got Mucky Doings on it yet, so I can do that without worry. Nice big towel with the hanging loops on the back, so you can hang it up inside your cabinet or over a door or whatever you need to. Good size. This one is the lighter blue. I usually like the darker blue ones because it hides any of the Mucky Doings a little bit better, but you know, this is a very special limited edition one. But yeah, I really like these towels. Even if you don't buy one from me, I think a good fish towel is invaluable for all your fishy needs in emergency situations. Aside from courgette and cucumber, does anybody feed any other kinds of veggies to their plex? I feed all kinds of stuff. Peppers, melon, pumpkin, squash. I tried apple, but they weren't into that. I tried orange and they weren't into that. Yeah, I'll chuck in a bit of anything and give it a try. Alright, let's give it a go. No, I don't think Bristlenose is going to make it on the live one. It might be different overnight. But yeah, we'll give this one to zebras. So that's different from last week as well. And then finally, geophagus, and there's many different types of them, versus knifefish, and there's many different types of them. So that one will be in here. Pardon me. Little Sammy says, is it spelled right? It is as well. Mucky Doings. I've still got plenty of the misspelled stickers. Phil assures me the other ones are on their way. They should have arrived today. But if you win any stickers tonight, I might include both, some of the misspelled and the correctly spelled ones. And we've also got lots of stickers for other YouTubers who have sent me there. So if you want to get in on this, we'll be giving away some stickers tonight. We've got Andy's Fish Room, we've got Mountain Goldfish, we've got Fishman Aquatics somewhere. Can't actually find any Fishman ones. We've got my stickers. Where are all the Fishman ones gone? We had an accident and they all fell down. And some Fishman Aquatic ones. So if you want some stickers, get in touch with Phil. You'll see him in the chat, and his company can make some for you. And then you can send me some, and I'll give some away as prizes and get your name out there. The navy towels are out of stock. Other colours are available. So if you buy a towel and you want a different colour, just let us know. Or if you want to wait for navy, I'm sure that's fine too. And you can just let me know if you want the Mucky Doings, or maybe we should just keep this as a special one, I don't know. Vegetables aren't entirely great for plecos, limited nutrients with the availability, and most won't naturally eat plants. I did not know that. I thought vegetables were good. Green beans, yes, I feed a lot of green beans to my bristlenose tanks. Right, are we on the final one yet? Shall we have a look? Oh, it's quite close. 16-14 on the Geos. Total votes 30. I might give it another minute. Who brought up the smelling error again? SL30 Aquatics deliberately bought some fishy tails to avoid confusion, brought them back from the shop, and the wife says, I like those. I didn't do similar, but I have my fishy tails, which always go missing. And then I find them having washed the dogs and use them to dry that, or clean up some mess somewhere. And I'm like, why bother buying all these towels? Maybe we should expand the colours of the towels. What do you think, Phil? Rob says the towels are spot on, but I've not used mine in the fish room yet. It's too good for that. I'm told they're good for drying hair. They're a good size for hair. Not that I know all that much about that. Right, let's see. How do we get on? I think we're going to have to call it there. Geos, take it. So, into the next round, we've got Flowerhorn versus African Cichlids. We've got Tetras versus Oscars. We've got Guppies versus Rams. Akara versus Zebra Plecos. Geophagus versus Pea Puffers. Gouramis versus Bettas. Angelfish, apparently, versus Corridoras. And Clown Loaches versus Cherry Shrimp. But before we do that, let's have a little bit of a giveaway. How many people have we got in? Who have we bored everyone to tears yet? We've got 40 people in. Let's go back to Big Face. Jabs in. You've turned up just in time. We're going to do a giveaway for this special print, special run of Mucky Doings fish towel. All you have to do is be in the UK or willing to pay the postage to wherever you are. And you have to like the stream, obviously. So we've got 40 people in at the moment and 45 likes. Pubs are open again, obviously, so views are down. And then you need to live in the UK, like I say, or be willing to pay the postage. You have to subscribe. I'd really like it if you told some people, because we're like 80 subscribers down on last week because of my shenanigans last week. I think we've made them all back up again, but still, the more the merrier. Where did we get to? What am I doing? Come on, Graham, get a grip. And we'll do eligibility, mods, regulars, channel members. Everyone gets the same. We'll do a keyword, and we'll do Discus, our best, as the keyword. Discus has lost again, Jab. Not that I'm bitter about it, but I have some subscribers that are less than nice to me at times, let's just say that. Am I adding the Mucky Doings towels to the website for purchase if Phil is making them? Yes, I think so. Well, unless Phil says no, we can't do that. That was a one-off. Towels in production, yes, through Graham. Right, okay, we'll get them added. If you want one before I add them, feel free to buy one tonight on the website. Just let me know in there's a little comments box on the website. Let me know in the order if you want a Mucky Doing one or not, or a normal one. You can't get blue. I think they're still stuck in the Suez Canal, dark blue, so you can get light blue and some other colours, or you can wait for the dark blue. Discus our best, no spaces, or it doesn't count. Sorry, I should say that. If you can see my screen, you can't see my screen, can you? Although I do like the fact that now everyone is typing Discus our best with spaces. But yes, like this. Discus our best, all one word. And you're in. Courtney, Discus our best. Yes, you're quite right. Rob, Discus our best. I agree completely. Cyber Architect, I agree. They are the best. Yes, Simon, Discus are the best. I'm going to take screenshots of all these. Aquarium Analytic, you looking for a ban? Soren's looking for a ban as well, as is Noodle Sandwich. Say something that isn't true. Don't spoil this for me. This is the only thing I'm getting tonight. Discus are best. All one word. We've got 19 eligible users. If you win and I see you put in the chat that Discus aren't the best, I'm going to cancel out your winning comment. So we'll get the towel. You'll get a few stickers. We'll also draw a couple of runners up as well. So one towel, and then we'll do a couple of stickers packages, and we'll send some stickers out to everyone. Remember, if you do win, you have to tell me where you live. That's kind of how it works. By email, preferably. So if you do win, I'd like you to email me this weekend. Graham, Graeme, at aquariumadventures.co.uk. Ultim Angels are best. Puffers for the winter. I don't know. You try and do a nice thing for people, and what do they do? Right, 29 eligible users. I think that's as much as we're going to get tonight. So are we ready? I think we can roll it. I've got everyone, mods, regulars, everyone's in. 3, 2, 1. Soren, who plainly isn't in the UK, so hopefully you're willing to pay the postage. Otherwise, we'll redraw for someone else. But Soren, I think you said you were in Denmark, weren't you? Or did I make that up? But congratulations. If you do want it and you're willing to pay the postage, I'll let you know how much that will cost. Hopefully not too much. And then, well, just if you could confirm in the comments if you do want to pay the postage, or if you didn't understand the rules. Not like that Canadian guy from a couple of weeks back who was arguing with me. Okay, Aquarium Analytic. Discus are not the best. So yes, congratulations, Soren. Got a nice limited edition towel now, well, even though you can buy one soon. And we'll send you some stickers as well. Perfect. Yes, it was Denmark. My mind has not deserted me yet. Right, we're going to roll a few more for stickers. So, some runners up. Let's go. SL30 Aquatics. Gary. Oh, she's back again. Kaylee's won some stickers. Congratulations, you three as well. Again, let me know by email, if that's all right. Graham, Graeme, at aquariumadventures.co.uk. And just send me your address, tell me what you won, and I'll send it to you. Right, let's get back to... Oh, now I need to see. I have to set these ones up live now, right? Okay, let's get with it. Right, we're going to have to rush through these because it's already 10:30. Bloody hell. I've been mumbling away. Right, flower horns versus Africans. Right, where's the thing? Create a poll. Round 2. Flower horns versus Africans. Flower horns. So you should be able to vote now because I'll do the browser session duplicate. Well, maybe, who knows. So I'll put that in the chat. That's Garami at aquariumadventures.co.uk. That Canadian guy sounds like Joy. No, it was, I mean, he's the only other argumentative Canadian I've ever met, but there you go. It wasn't him. So there you go, flower horns versus African cichlids. So if I have my way, I would like to get a nice African cichlid tank, and that'll probably be one of the ones I want to get into because I've never done it before, and I've always liked the idea. I just get put off a little bit by all the choice. There's too many names of things. Oh, you got an OB peacock in with your such and such. Oh, yeah, that's just a recipe for disaster. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? So I'm going with flower horns because they're little water puppies. Oh, 16 votes so far, and it's 50-50. So who knows? I don't know what else to say about it. They're very different fish, aren't they? You couldn't... African cichlids, I just like the movement that you get in those tanks because they seem to never stop. But flower horns are just like, yeah, little water puppies. What can you say? I'll give it a couple of minutes. Like I say, we'll try and get, how many people have we got on? We've still got about 40 people. Oh, I'm going to sneeze at some point. So I think if we get to kind of 25 votes, that might be the threshold. Maybe even 20. 22. Oh, flower horns are edging it. 2 votes ahead in the lead. After this, we'll do cherry shrimp versus clown loach. That's another recipe for disaster. Get them to share a tank. Pardon me. Again, if you've got some questions for me, by all means, let me know in the chat. I'll try and fill some of the awkward silences with them. Recently got some red spotted severums, absolutely beautiful. Yes, I do like severums. Yeah, I'm running out of tank space already in my new fish room for all the different things I want to keep. I don't get why people don't seem to like hybrid fish when they love labradoodles. Yeah. Yeah, it's a strange one, the whole hybrid fish debate. I don't really know where I sit on it because I get where they're coming from sometimes. There's hybrid fish and then there's abominations. Because hybrids are like they're effectively just intentional mutts, intentional mongrels. But yeah, when you see it's full of personality. There's the flower horns they're so interactive, but on the other side they're also mental as hell, and they're just not right in the head, and maybe that's part of the hybridization that comes from it as well. Like the parrotfish, that's a hybrid, isn't it? I really don't like them. But it's not because they're a hybrid that I don't like them. I just don't like the look of them because they're stupid fish. So yeah, I'm a bit different. Oh, Multi-Tank Addiction sent me a poo. Thank you very much. Labradoodles don't do well in a fish tank. Hybrid fishies, it needs a long video or a post for it. Yeah, I think it's the kind of thing where whenever I've spoken to anyone about hybrid or my feelings about hybrid fish, I think I kind of jump positions 4 or 5 times during the discussion. With the hybrid dogs, it's the hyperallergenicness of the labradoodles that makes them popular. And that's it. You can hybridize fish for specific reasons, and sometimes you will do that to create certain traits, and that might be a good thing, but it could be a bad thing. Yeah, it's very long and complex. Crossbreeding versus hybridization, that's another. Yeah, I often mix them up. Right, let's see, have we got enough, do we think? 25 votes. Flower Horns it is. Well done, Flower Horns. You make it to the quarterfinals. So we've got a first quarterfinal. Right, next, Cherry Shrimp versus Clown Loach. Let's try and fly through these a little bit. Round 2. Shrimp. Actually, really just round 2. Cherry Shrimp. That's not how you spell it. God, it's because people are watching me. Clown Loach. Great Ball. Copy. Paste. Get the way, camera. A little fertilization for the stream, thank you. Is Jennifer out in the pool again for tonight? Yeah, she must be. It's just not the same without Jennifer keeping you all in check, is it? We'll need to get Rebecca from Freshwater Ichthyology to do some proper science sections in some aquarium adventure videos. I feel that's what I'm lacking, is some actual knowledge. I'm very much an opinion based, and I'm well aware that my opinion is wrong in a lot of cases. So, Cherry Shrimp versus Clown Loach. I think I really like Cherry Shrimp. I really like Clown Loaches. I worry about keeping Clown Loaches because I know they don't very often make it to their full maturity in the home aquarium. Or if they do, they're not kept in groups when they should be, or they're not kept in big tanks with enough space. Or they're shipped in as big adults and then die quickly. But it's really good. I think I'm going to go for Cherry Shrimp. Oh, Cherry Shrimp are romping home so far. I don't know if you're all having the same ideas as me, but you never know. Cherry Shrimp versus Clown Loach. It does seem quite mean, doesn't it, ranking fish? It's a bit like ranking people. It's not very nice when you think about it like that. But you know, how else are we going to pick the best fish? My friend has a lot of Clown Loach and says they're prone to ick. Is this more his setup or genetics? I don't know. I've never heard that they're particularly prone to ick, but I have heard that they... Not heard, but I have noticed that they will often die young. And people will share their, you know what it's like on forums and Facebook and things like that. People will share that, oh, look at my Clown Loach, I've had him for 3 years. You're like, yeah, they live a lot longer than that. That's not, you've not finished yet. Or, oh, my Clown Loach is 6 inches long. Like, yeah, they get to a foot sometimes. And they really like to be in big groups, and they really like being in big groups, lots of space, and they don't often get that. Share with Lau with the super chat. Thank you very much to compensate for voting against Discus. Oh, so you voted against Discus, did you? Right, your name's going in my little book. I take it back. Don't go and check out Chow with Lau's channel. His food may look delicious, but he's biased against Discus. Oh, I'll just put your name down there. No, thank you very much, sir. Right, 20 votes, 24 votes. No coming back from that. Cherry Shrimp it is. Congratulations, Cherry Shrimp, the next quarter finalist. Why are you not? Oh, it's done that thing again. The Cherry Shrimp pictures have gone away. There we go. Right, next we've got Tetras versus Oscars. Oh, couldn't be more different, could they? Great poll. Round 2. Tetra versus Oscar. So remember, this is all Tetras. I might have a picture of neon Tetras, but it could be anything. It might be the same with, I don't know, whatever you fancy. I know I keep saying, what do I keep saying? I've now lost the power of speech. Reset. What is the word I'm thinking of? Congo. Oh, God. I really need to reset my brain sometimes. Right, Tetras versus Oscars. So this could be any kind of Tetras, not just neons or Congos or whatever else. What have I done there? Pressed the wrong button again. The chat's gone away. Hang on. Let me try that again. Copy. Paste. Post. Right, Tetras versus Oscars. So what am I going to go for there? So if you've been here a few times, you'll know I really do quite like Oscars, never having kept them, and I want to keep a big massive tank and have a big school shoal or whatever it is. Oh, we've got a new member. Cyber Architect has joined the adventurers. Thank you very much, sir. And we've got another super chat on behalf of the mods to get a more Hop House 13 before it's all gone. I think I should start buying it up now. Thank you very much, guys. So I do want Oscars, and I do want to keep Oscars. I think they're, as much as people say things, oh, is there even a noise? Is that another one? That's the same one. People say they're kind of, oh, they're boring, they're too common, all this kind of stuff. I want to keep them for a while. I want to keep a group of them. And Tetras, I love Tetras. They add interest to any aquarium, really. As Danny Ken says, they could be Oscar food. Yeah, this definitely isn't put them all together in the same tank and see what happens. I'm going to have to go Oscars, I'm afraid. I know people don't like them, but I do. And I'm in the minority. I thought I might be. Tetras offer so much to the aquarium, don't they? You can get big ones, small ones, schooling ones. I think Rummy Nose Tetras, one of my favourites. I like them as discus tank mates. And they shoal and school really well. $13 votes to 6. I don't think there's any coming back from that. Oh, 15-8. That's kind of the same. Tetras are ugly. No. Oscars are ugly. They are. Maybe that's nice. Oh, I've got an interesting question from Scott there that I've now lost. Where was it? Is it all Tetras or all Caracoformes? Good question. Because we could potentially be saying, as you said down there, I saw that as well, it could be piranhas as well. Who knows? Have any of you used IGST aquariums? I have. I had an order with them for a bunch of tanks and cancelled it in favour of the other ones that I used, whose name has escaped me for a moment. What are they called? Bear with me. It's another bunch of letters. I've had 2 bottles of beer. Come on. Someone will remind me in a minute. I didn't get the tanks in the end. They took ages to get back to me, but I'm sure they'd be perfectly fine. I just got a better deal from the other ones. And I've used them a few times, so I thought they'd be pretty good. I'll come back to that so I can remember what the name of the company is. Aquariums. I've made a note. Refresh results. I think we have to call that one for Tetras. Oh, Tetras versus Flowerhorn. Right, and the other side, oh, Corys versus Angels. Round 2. Corridoras versus Corys Angels. So all Corys, it might be dwarf Corys, it might be Starby Corys, it might be orange laser Corys, versus all angles. It might be your proper Ultim angles. Copy, that's the word, that's how we do it. It might be your plain old silvers, koi, whatever it might be. Again, it's tricky. So when they get into these ones where they're completely different types of fish. So I'm obviously being facetious by calling them rubbish angels. I do keep angelfish as well as discus fish, and I do like the angelfish. I find them very, if anything, they're a little bit more interactive than the discus are, obviously. Not obviously, they just are. I don't think they look as good. I don't think they're as... maybe not intelligent. I don't think they're as... Okay, I need to stop comparing them to discus now. We've moved on from that, Graham. Come on, take a breath. Angels are angels. We all know about angels. Corys, lovely little bottom feeder. They do a job as well as looking cool. They will keep your substrate clean. They keep moving it around. I think they're awesome little soldiers, little water pigs. They go around doing things. Oh, where did we get to? Chow with Lau's got a school of 30 silver tetras, and they are so cool when there's loads of them. Yeah, I had a big group of, I think it was the Colombian red eye tetras once a few years ago. I really enjoyed them. They were like little mini piranhas, and they were really cool. Pardon me. Does anyone know what the lifespan of a cardinal tetra is? I don't. I want to say kind of 3 or 4 years, but I don't know what I'm basing that on. Let's have a look. Eh, 2 to 5 years. So 3 or 4 years is kind of in there. Yay me, I got one right. Kaylee Blackshaw, thank you very much for the Hop House super chat. Cheers. The aquariums, they looked fine. I had read some reviews and they got good reviews. I had just been asking them for ages and ages. They kept telling me they were really busy and wouldn't get back to me, and then eventually did get back to me at the same time. This other company who I can't remember, the one that I've got loads of thanks from, NACD Aquariums, they came back to me and offered me the ones in exactly the sizes that I wanted that just fit perfectly, so I used them in the end, and I would wholeheartedly recommend them. They're very good. NACD Aquariums. Oscars are the best, says Soren, the true aquarium puppy. Indeed. Tetras are my favourite, says Cyber Architect. Well, yep, excellent. Why did I cancel? That reason. Basically, I was compromising because I wanted tanks to fit a certain space, and they didn't quite fit, but they were close enough. And then just because the order process took a little bit longer, NACD came along and made me an offer for exactly the sizes I wanted, and quite frankly a better price as well, so I went with that one. But I don't think there's anything wrong with Phil with the super chat as well. Thank you very much, sir. thank you everyone for all the super chats. Yes, NACD noodle sandwich, that's quite correct. They are the ones. Rob Crossland as well. God, thank you very much. Unprecedented level of super chats tonight. Yeah, that's pretty good. 5 years lifespan of cardinals under the correct conditions. If you put them in with your Oscars, then that life expectancy will be reduced dramatically. Right, have we got enough time there, do we think? Corey's versus Rubbish Angels. I'm going to go Corey's because I do... No, I'm not. I'm going to go Angels to show I'm not bitter. Show results. Corey's have taken it. Alright, Corey's it is. Congratulations to all the Corey fans. They were left out of last week's running, so, you know. Right, we've got Guppies versus Rams. I'm going to try and pick the speed up a little bit here. Guppies versus Rams. Oh, I meant to do browser there, didn't I? Aquarium Addict has also done another super chat. Thank you very much. Chow with Loud with a comment there. The super chat looks like a lot of people are feeling guilty for voting against the discus tonight. Hey, it does make up for it. I must admit. My Scottishness is pulling through there. I'll take the hit. Thank you very much, guys. So we've got Brian as well with £5 and Aquarium Addict with £2.99. This is too much, people. Thank you very much. Yes, NACD website is posted there by Simon. Go and check them out. I know a few of my subscribers have bought tanks from them and all been very happy with them so far. If you're on Facebook, you can see some of them. There's a few pictures recently of one of the guys that's bought some tanks from them. And if you do go there, let them know that I sent you. I don't get anything for it, but it's good to let them know that they're getting a little bit of love. So, Guppies versus Rams. Again, it's a tricky one for me because I like both. But I really do like my Guppy tanks. I think Guppies have taught me more about the hobby than anything else, so I'm going to go for Guppies. They're obviously really easy to breed and they can teach you all about, not so much the genetic, well, they can teach you about the genetics of breeding, but just the mechanics of breeding, like the differences between using a breeder box and just having a really dense planted tank, what kind of yields you get, what kind of effect temperature has on breeding. Yeah, I think they're really interesting, as well as being very pretty little fish. But again, Rams, they are very nice, so you never know. Corey's versus Discus would be a good battle. Oh wait, Discus are out. Yeah, thanks for that. Josh says, I guess this ends soon. Yeah, it should do, shouldn't it? God, it's 11 o'clock and we're only on round 2. Shall we knock it on the head tonight and pick this up next week with the rest of them? Or shall we carry on and try and get all the way through? I mean, I don't think my bladder's going to explode quite yet. Got Mickey's with the super chat as well. Thank you, sir. I'm going to have to get upset about my discus losing more often. Thank you. Brian, I do love my guppies, but they're not the best for my soft Scottish water. Yeah, that's not the best, but I'm sure you could keep them successfully. You just might not get quite the yield, if you like. Pardon me. Right, I think we're going to have to call that for guppies. Betta versus Gourami. Bettas versus Gourami. So, as always, this isn't just any particular gourami. I have a picture of a dwarf blue gourami. But it might be a giant gourami that's your favourite. I might be your favourite gourami if you're Maple Street Aquatics. And again, bettas, they come in all, well, they don't come in all sizes and shapes, but you get your crown tails, and your veil tails, and your delta tails, and your Dumbo ears, and Dumbo ears. So, I'd say anything, go with them. I'm going to go with bettas. For no other reason than I like the bettas that I keep, and the gouramis that I've kept, I've been a bit meh about them. So it's just a bit of a personal feeling. Yeah, I did get that right, thank you. Keep going, otherwise I can't sleep. Fine, I'll go as long as my bladder can take it. In fact, I might have to take a toilet break at the next one. Search up kissing gouramis breeding, so cool. I will do that at some point. Oh yeah, the wild betters, they are very different as well. Oh, did I forget to post the link for that one? Sorry. Bettas versus Gourami, 16 plays 6. I know it's only 20 votes, but that's hard to come back from that far back. I think we'll call that one. Blue Acara versus... well, I've got a zebra pleco there, but is it fancy pleco? Round 2. So I think I know where this is going to go, but you know, I've been wrong before. Oops. So I've done it versus pleco there, but what I really mean is the fancy pleco. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, that works okay. Yep, the link in the... There's a link on Discord, there's a link on Facebook, there's a link on the... Oh no, there isn't, because these are all new. You just have to watch the chat, I'm afraid, for these ones, unless somebody's posting it into the Discord. So you just need to watch for the comments from me are all going to be the latest poll votes. What happens here once it's done? Well, we just get to crown the winner, really. It's just we pick the best fish. So at the moment it's going to be, the next round will be Flowerhorn versus Tetras, Cherry Shrimp versus Corridoras, Betta versus either Pea Puffers or Geophagus, and Guppies versus either Blue Caras or Zebra Plecos. And then when we're finally done, we'll find someone else to go and pop over and say hello to. Yeah, we're just trying to pick the very first best fish. It's as scientific as we can be on YouTube. Imagine the carnage a giant betta would cause. I need to create an interval screen. Yeah, I really do need to put up something so I can go for a pee and then come back. I should just zoom in on one of these tanks so you can have a look at it for a while. Right, what do we think? Cara versus Pleco. I'm going to go Pleco because there's so many fancy Plecos that are just fancy. Oh, I think that's beyond the pale. Sorry, Blue Acaras, you were a new one, but you've made it past the... You made it further than Discus made it. Right. Peas versus... those ones. Which name escapes me? Geophagus, that's the one. Round 2. Dwarf Piffers. This is where my late onset dyslexia catches up with me. What are they called again? Geophagus. Well, this is a really easy one for me, but I don't want to sway the vote too early. So Dwarf Puffers, again, brilliant little personalities, murderous little gets, but brilliant personalities. Versus Geophagus, dig up your tank. I'm really holding a grudge tonight against the fish that I kept 5 years ago. Has anyone ever tried the beta sorority idea? I think it sounds good, but my gut feeling tells me it would end in tears. I haven't actually tried it, but I'm a member of several beta groups, and lots of people have done it successfully. It tends to be the bigger tanks with the bigger tanks with the large amount of foliage and cover are the more successful ones. Pardon me. Where did we get to? Next week, Discus versus Waterflea. Waterflea when Graham's mortgage is paid off. If only. Yeah, so George, next week's one is, it's not the best fish, it's we make them fight in some kind of gladiatorial battle. Aquarium Addicts off, thank you for stopping by. Plecos are the best, but you never see most of them. I don't even know how many I own. That's very true. I must have hundreds, but yeah, doesn't look like I do. I mean, that's a good question for you. Are there any Pleco species or types or that aren't so reclusive, that like to be out more than others? I don't know. Where did we get to? Have I not put a link in? Sorry. There's the link. Yep, the hop house is kicking in. So I'm going to go with Dwarf Puffers because they're my favourite. Geophagus, it's not very fair of me to not like them, but I got some and they destroyed all my hard work. I didn't really like them. The link's in there now. Sorry everyone. Plenty of active plecos. Hypopotamine are all active. Loricarinae as well. Both subfamilies with easy to find members. Yeah, I've had a few different types. I mean, without going into sound like I'm trying to cast spells, the common names of the ones where it's been the Like the golden nugget pleco I've had the blue and green phantoms, I've had starlights, which I think they're more ancistrous, but they've all the ones I've had that I can remember at least have all hidden. Oh, it's a runaway success for dwarf puffers. I think we have to call it on that one. Right, we're into the semi-finals. Flower horns versus, what was it? Tetras. Remember the link, Graham. Right, flower horn versus tetra, semi-final number 1. This is a tricky one for me again because they're so different. I mean, obviously you'd never cross the two. Otherwise, you've got flower horn and flower horn fish food. But tetras add so much to so many types of different aquariums. You could have one with just tetras, and that would be very fulfilling and satisfying. You could have one where tetras are the dither fish or the background fish. Yeah, they fill so many gaps. Mickey says vote early and vote often, as someone once said. I did once have an unusually long-lived albino Corridora that I bought, I think, a group of 6 together once, and I think 5 of them died at kind of roughly 3-4 years in. And then one of them went on twice as long, if not 3 times as long as that, maybe. Yeah, I think that might have been like 7 or 8 years. If not even longer. No. I think about 7 or 8 years, yeah. But I've never noticed any other fish that have gone forever. I had a really, really, really old betta fish in that one, but he died a few weeks ago. But he should have died a couple of years ago. I've had him that long. Right, semi one, flower horn versus tetra. I'm going flower horn because I love my little flower horn. He's a great little guy. I'm in the minority though. Tetras are taking it. It's going to be hard to catch up with that. A tetra with a nuchal hump would be cool. I mean, you do get lots of different types of fish that do get nuchal humps, but if you get a tetra with a nuchal hump, is a tetra with a tumour, I think. Uh, 20 votes on that one, 21. It's getting even further away. I think we're going to have to call it for flower horn. We've got our first semi-finalist. Have I called this the semis? This is the quarters. Am I an idiot? Yes, I am an idiot. Come on, people, you need to keep me honest here. This is not semi one, it's quarter one. Right, new poll, quarterfinal 2. What was it again? Cherry shrimp versus Corridora. First one in a while, you probably could keep them in the same tank together. There you go, that's the link for cherry shrimp versus Corridora. Again, any Corridora, it doesn't have to be the Sterby that I'm showing there. It could be anything that you want. Our longest living fish was a cave tetra. Moved house with us 3 times, lived approximately 10 years. That's pretty good. That's what you call a well-travelled fish, says Mickey, quite right. I put Flowerhorn as when it was tetra. Did I? I have had 3 beers now, come on. My dashboard, quarterfinal 1. Results. It was tetra, you're quite right. I'm an idiot. There you go, tetra. I do apologise. I'm going to have to depart the stream early as I have work at 9 AM tomorrow. I'll watch the rest of the stream. We'll find out who wins tomorrow. I'm sorry. We are running over horrendously. But we'll try and make it through to the end. Tetra won. Yep, I'm sorry everyone. I picked the wrong thing. Longest living freshwater fishes are usually catfishes. 10 years if kept properly is easy. One Panaka store was estimated at 85. That's an old fish. Yes, thank you, Noodle. We'll see you next time. Dashboard, Q2. Come on, don't let me down now. I don't know which one I'd vote for. I really like my cherry shrimp because they're such interesting little things. I'm going to have to go with cherries. Oh, I'm in the minority again. I'm really not good at picking the popular opinion. Right, I think that's... There's no coming back from that, is there? I almost did it again there, didn't I? I picked the one I wanted to win. Corridoras, take it. Right, guppies versus fancy pleco. Guppy and zebra. I'm saying zebra, but it can be any fancy pleco, really. There you go, there's the link in the chat. Chow with Lau's in on my plan. He second guessed this. Oh look, Discus has made a comeback. I've disqualified zebra plecos on the basis that they're ridiculously expensive and substituted them with Discus. So what I'll do is I'll leave the links to all of these up, either on Discord or on Facebook or whatever. Quarter, yes, close enough. And we'll see whether if we leave it a little bit longer, we get the same results. I'm going to go guppy just because I like guppies. But don't let my choice railroad you into picking the same. Well, I don't know why I said that. Obviously my choice being Discus didn't even get a look in, but you know. Did it? Oh, clicked the wrong button. There was a sturgeon caught recently in Detroit. They estimated to be 100+ years old. Yeah, those, don't you get those, what is it, the Greenland shark that are like 400 odd years old? They think one of them are. I have to look that up. Greenland shark, yeah, 390 years old. Plus or minus 120 years. That's ridiculous, isn't it? You just have to think everything that they've lived, not that they've got involved in any of it, but all the things that have happened in the world that they've lived through. It's amazing. Right, where do we get to? Oh, Zebra's making a comeback. 10-9. Plecos are too expensive for a fish you never see. That just makes it all the more exciting and rare when you do get a glimpse of them. I once had a golden nugget pleco that I thought died because I hadn't seen it in so long. I'd hunted for it several times, and then just one day the lights came on and it was on the glass, just quite happy. Oh, hello. Yeah, I'm still here. But literally over a year that I'd seen it. Even when I hunted for it, couldn't find it. Greenland sharks are terrifying. I don't think they're terrifying, but I think they're awesome. I don't get how something can be that old. Right. Oh, it's gone to 50-50. This is a tricky one. We might need a tiebreaker. Multi-tank says, you see me freak out when my gold nugget comes out. Yeah, I was a bit like that. I was like, what is that? Oh, it's my fish. It's my fish that I bought ages ago and I've never seen. Good idea, Scott. Turn on auto refresh and the next vote gets it. Like countdown now. Oh, it's done it. Guppy. Congratulations. Guppy takes it. Had to finish that. Right, the last quarter final. No, we're on semis now, aren't we? Next one's the semis. God. Beta versus P puffers. Right, this. I don't know which way this is going to go. There you go, betas versus P puffers. Gold prices are through the roof. It's amazing. So, like, the reason I picked zebra puffers was because they're quite they're out there in terms of price, or they were at one point. I'm not sure what the prices are like these days, but I remember they were going for like 300-400 quid. And then talking to people that actually had them, I'm going, wow, God, they must be really difficult to breed or something. I'm like, no, just the same as any others. Oh, well, they must be like really, really rare or something. No, not really. Can get them from anywhere. It's literally because, I think as Rebecca said the other week, market value. People see them, think they're rare, think they're awesome, drive the prices up. How do they work out how long Greenland sharks live for? How many researchers died during the ongoing research? No, they just cut it in half and count the rings. I think the Greenland shark's a peaceful shark, like most. They just look menacing. If the Greenland shark's the ones that I'm thinking of, they're the ones that are extremely slow, and they basically, the reason they can live so long is because their metabolism's so slow. They effectively just float about. I don't think they look particularly menacing. If anything, they look a bit derpy to me. But most sharks are quite awesome. But I don't know how they worked out how old it is. Well, that's quite fast, really, compared to what I was thinking. I'm assuming they do some kind of carbon dating or something like that. So they work out how long it takes to get to sexual maturity, and that works out how long they must be, how old they must be. To determine their ages, the scientists removed the shark's eyes, which are about the size of an orange, and extracted a portion of each lens so they could carbon date the tissue. It's a bit gruesome. To figure out the age of the animal, you need a sample of something that has carbon in it that reflects the level when it was born. It turns out that the eye lens is one of the first tissues to be laid down in utero, and it's one of the last few tissues not to be altered over time. Jesus. So they blind it, basically. Ooh. I'm going peas. I think I voted better last time, but I'm changing my mind. I'm in the minority again. Right, we'll call it for betters. There we go, we've got the semis now. So we've got Tetras versus Guppies and Corridors versus Betterfish. I would not in a million years thought they would be the semi-final fish. What did I say it was? Tetras versus Guppies. Tetras versus Guppies. So, semi-final one, at least these are a little bit comparable in that your average starter, regular sized aquarium can generally house some tetras or some guppies. You don't need anything a little bit special, and there are no like outlandish requirements for either of them really. Yeah, and now there's just a shark swimming around blind, poor thing. Yeah, hopefully they just took one eye and it's... But God! Oh, hiya, I'm just going to see how old you are. Just go... Stick this in your eye, cut out a bit. Or maybe it was a dead one. Do you think it was a dead one? Maybe they found a recently deceased shark and used its eye and found out that it was 400 years old. I don't know. I was thinking about a plek, a gold nugget or a zebra for my new 120 litre, but I'm not sure it's going to be suitable. Well, maybe if you just had one. That shouldn't be too bad. Zebras are quite small. I've seen them. One of my friends was breeding them for a while. And even the adults weren't that big. Golden nuggets can get a little bit bigger. Whenever I hear Pahaka Puffer, I feel I need to spinnerise it and call it a Pahaka Puffer. It does sound better, doesn't it? A Pahaka Puffer. And from this day forth, I will always say Pahaka Puffer. Quarries are getting a lot of love, it seems. I'm going to stick with guppies. I'm probably going to be wrong. Yep. 64% of the vote, that's quite big. I think we can say our first finalists are Tetras. Right. Betta's last week's champion versus Corridoras, last week's not even in it. Betta versus Corey. Vote now. Oh no, I need to tell you what the link is, don't I? Corys are pretty cool. And like I say, I like a fish that does a job as well as looking cool and acting cool. If they blind the shark, does that half the lifespan? So technically it could live longer. I'm really hoping that they've got to find like a recently dead one and then take its eye rather than... I'm going to go back, while you all choose between Bettas and Corys, I'm going to read this a little bit more. Samples from 3 sharks. Alright, so are they dead? Ah. Inspired to solve the case, Dr. Nielsen and a group of colleagues collected 28 Greenland sharks that were the bycatch of scientific surveys or commercial fishing. The sharks were either dead or fatally injured and subsequently euthanized. So they weren't randomly going around with a fork and... So, okay, not quite so gruesome. A calibration curve associates radiocarbon years with calendar years, but the curve is revised from time to time when techniques improve. Fine. Samples from 3 sharks showed evidence of the bomb pulse, a sudden increase in carbon caused by the nuclear bomb tests conducted above the ground after World War II. See what I mean? So these were happily swimming around at all these events. The researchers estimated the age of the older sharks with statistical modelling using the now outdated radiocarbon references. But given the revision would affect the estimated ages of all organisms, the Greenland shark should remain the oldest known living vertebrate, whatever its age. Wow. At least it's not quite so gruesome anymore. Right, I'm going to go with Corey because I like a shark that does a job. Wow. So yes, Chow with life, the dead ones. Shadex is currently breeding panda and thereby has bronze Adolphi and false July. Assume you mean breeding. Pandas are adorable, they are quite cool. I love sterbis. Sterbis are my favourites as well. Mostly because I have most experience with sterbis, being a discus keeper. Have I mentioned that I like discus? Don't spoonerise pufferfish. It sounds a bit rude. Pufferfish. Blinded them with signs, indeed. Right, Corey's into the final, I think. So, this is it. Graham now plays for time, so we all fall asleep, and he crowns Discus the winners. I think you and I share the same thoughts. How are you in my head, Chow? Chow. Lau, even. How did you get into my head? So, Tetra versus Corridoras for the win. Right, people, it's the final Tetras versus Corridoras. Could happily have a tank, so if this was a fight to the death, this would be a very slow fight because they could happily coexist, these fish together. And we've obviously got our Tetra fans still in the chat, and we've got our Corey fans. Definitely not going to be Discus that's the winner. So far, the early votes are going towards Corridoras. We've got 9 plays 5. I think we need to get to at least 20 votes before we can call this one. As soon as this is over, we need to find somewhere else to go because I urgently need to go to the little boy's room. I don't know what I'm going to vote for though. I keep saying I like a fish that does a job, but I also like a Tetra because you can fill out so many different types of tanks. Yeah, like Shadok says, my community tank is basically Tetras and Corys. So, if that's what you keep, which is your favourite? I'm going to go with Corys. Purely because they do a job. Not going to show results quite yet. I am going to go into my big face. Let me just see. I want to see who else is streaming. So, Maple Street the Critics is still going after this. So, we'll put a link into the chat. Simon, you're cruising for a bruising. Whatever happens, Discus didn't win, so that's a win for all of us. Corys are doing it. Let's take. Good idea, Scott. We'll put it on auto refresh and see what happens. Or even though it was Simon that said that. Sorry, Simon. Corys they're romping it. It's not going to come back from that very easily. I think there's only about 30 people left in the chat. I mean, I think they're a worthy winner. They weren't even in the mix last week because we didn't have a Corey option because I accidentally left them out. So at least they got in this time. So even if everyone else in the stream votes on this, I'm not sure that we can get past Corey's. Going to have to call it. Corys are the winner. Right. So that decisively proves it, everyone. Corridoras of all varieties are the best fish. Not Discus, not Angels, not Tetras, not Guppies, not Rainbow Fish, not any of the other ones. Corridoras are the best fish. So what we'll do is I'll go to the loo, and then when I come back from the loo, I will post all the links on all the social medias, so as everyone gets a chance to vote on the various ones, and we'll see if with some volume of users, a couple of hundred people voting, does it get the same traction. I would not have picked them to get the win all the way through, but you know, the one I picked didn't even get past round 1. Anyway. Dislike, unsubscribe and block. Quite right. We'll need to think of... Oh, Phil, you've stolen my thunder. I was thinking that in the back of my head. Next week is a poll of all the different types of discus. And then we pick the best discus. But we'll have to make some suggestions. Everyone jump on the Discord. Make some suggestions of how we could tailor this and refine it a little bit. And get some new stuff going. But I would just like to say a massive thank you to everyone, especially for all the super chats and new members and things like that we got this week. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. I don't really know what to say about it. I've never seen anything like that. But we're going to leave it there before my bladder explodes. And we've crowned Corridor as the champion. what more can we do? Go and check out Mipple Street Aquatics afterwards. Someone will stick something in the chat so you've got a link to go and see them afterwards. But until then, bye! Hello, JP's Fish Room. We're just leaving.